Did you know more people die from falling coconuts than from shark attacks each year? Yes, you heard that right. It's not the mighty jaws of a great white shark you need to fear most when you're frolicking in your tropical paradise, but rather, the humble coconut. Each year, falling coconuts claim approximately 150 lives, a stark contrast to the roughly 10 annual fatalities caused by sharks. Picture this. You're a carefree tourist, basking in the warm golden sun, when suddenly, you dodge a falling coconut. It's a close call, but you escape unscathed. The culprit? A coconut, innocently hanging from a palm tree, waiting for the right moment to strike. It's a sobering reminder that danger often lurks where we least expect it. So, the next time you find yourself lounging under a palm tree, don't forget to look up every now and then. After all, a falling coconut waits for no one. So, next time you're lounging under a palm tree, remember to look up. Ever heard of the silent killer lurking in your own home? It's carbon monoxide. Now, carbon monoxide isn't some sort of spectral assassin or horror movie villain. It's a colorless, odorless gas that we can't see or smell. Its invisibility makes it one of the most dangerous substances we encounter in our day-to-day lives. Produced by burning fuel in cars, stoves, grills, fireplaces, and furnaces, it's a common but deadly part of modern life. The danger of carbon monoxide lies in its ability to replace the oxygen in our bodies. When we breathe in carbon monoxide, it binds to the hemoglobin in our red blood cells, preventing them from carrying oxygen. This can lead to symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, weakness, upset stomach, vomiting, chest pain, and confusion. But in large amounts, carbon monoxide can be lethal, causing death in just minutes. Let's take a moment to share a story that illustrates the importance of being aware of this silent killer. In the winter of 2022, the Johnson family of 5 was enjoying a cozy night in, unaware that their furnace was leaking carbon monoxide. Fortunately, they had installed a carbon monoxide detector earlier that year. The alarm sounded, alerting them to the danger. Thanks to that little device, they were able to get out of the house and call for help. The fire department arrived and found lethal levels of carbon monoxide in the home. If not for the detector, they may not have survived the night. The Johnson story serves as a stark reminder of the importance of having a carbon monoxide detector in your home. It's a small investment that can make a huge difference. It's also crucial to maintain your appliances and ensure proper ventilation to prevent carbon monoxide buildup. Remember, carbon monoxide is a silent killer. It doesn't announce its presence with a smell or a color, it just quietly does its deadly work. But with awareness and the right precautions, you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Invest in a carbon monoxide detector, it might just save your life. Survival experts swear by the rule of 3. This rule is a simple yet powerful guideline that can mean the difference between life and death in survival situations. It's a mnemonic that helps us remember the body's limits. We can generally survive 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in extreme conditions, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Let's consider a story of a hiker who got lost in the wilderness. Armed with the knowledge of this rule, the hiker prioritized his needs. He first made sure he could breathe clean air, free from any smoke or toxic gases. Then, as the temperature dropped, he built a shelter to protect himself from the harsh elements. He knew that finding water was next on his list, and, finally, food. By following this rule, the hiker was able to survive until help arrived. Remember the rule of 3, it could make all the difference in a survival situation. Those tiny button batteries in your gadgets can be deadly if swallowed. Yes, you heard that right. These shiny little power sources can cause serious harm if they find their way into the wrong place. It's not just a case of a stomach upset, but the electrical current from the battery can cause a chemical reaction that can burn the esophagus within 2 hours. Let's take a real-life example. There was a toddler, barely 3 years old, who found a shiny button battery and, like many children, put it in her mouth. Luckily, her parents were quick to realize what had happened. They rushed her to the hospital where the battery was promptly removed, preventing any serious damage. This story underlines the importance of keeping these small, yet potentially dangerous objects out of children's reach. Store them securely, and dispose of them properly. Remember, it takes just a moment's curiosity for a child to swallow a button battery. Keep button batteries out of reach of children. Your vigilance could prevent a tragedy. Sunscreen does more than prevent sunburns, it can save your life. This might sound like an exaggeration, but it's a fact. Sunscreen is a simple tool that's effective in preventing skin cancer, including the deadly melanoma. Let's imagine a sun lover named Alex. Alex enjoys the beach, the park, any place where the sun is shining, but during a routine skin check they discovered a suspicious mole. This mole could be an early sign of skin cancer, caused by the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. But here's where sunscreen comes into play. By regularly applying sunscreen, Alex can reduce their risk of skin cancer dramatically. Sunscreen acts as a shield, absorbing or reflecting the sun's harmful rays. It's not just about avoiding painful sunburns, it's about protecting your skin at a cellular level, safeguarding your health from within. So remember, wear sunscreen every day. It's more than just skin-deep protection. Water is life, literally. Dehydration can be deadly. You've probably heard this 1,000 times, but it bears repeating. Staying hydrated is crucial. Water isn't just a thirst quencher, it's the fundamental building block of life. It regulates body temperature, lubricates joints, aids digestion, and even helps deliver oxygen throughout your body. But what happens when this life-giving liquid is in short supply? When your body is deprived of adequate hydration, it can lead to dehydration. Mild dehydration might make you feel a little lethargic, give you a headache, or even make you feel dizzy. But severe dehydration? That's a different story. It can cause kidney failure, heat stroke, and in extreme cases can be fatal. Consider a marathon runner, let's call him John. Now John is fit, healthy, and loves the thrill of the race. But during a marathon on a particularly scorching day, John underestimated the amount of water his body needed. Ignoring his thirst in the pursuit of a personal record, he continued to push himself. As the miles piled up, so did the effects of dehydration. John's body began to overheat, his heart rate shot up, and he became disoriented. The once vibrant and energetic runner collapsed just a few miles shy of the finish line. A quick response from the medical team, who promptly administered fluids, saved John from the brink. He was lucky, but not everyone is. John's story is a stark reminder of the deadly effects of severe dehydration. It's easy to overlook the importance of hydration. We often take it for granted, especially when we're busy, but it's crucial to remember that water is not optional. It's a necessity. Whether you're running a marathon, working a physically demanding job, or just going about your day, it's vital to keep your body well hydrated. Carry a water bottle with you, eat fruits and vegetables rich in water, and listen to your body when it's telling you it's thirsty. Stay hydrated, your life depends on it. The Heimlich maneuver has saved countless choking victims. This simple yet highly effective technique, named after Dr. Henry Heimlich, is a lifesaver in a literal sense. Imagine you're enjoying a meal, when suddenly, a fellow diner starts choking. Here's how the Heimlich maneuver works. Stand behind the person who's choking. Place your hands just above their navel, one fist clenched, the other hand over it. Then, with a quick upward thrust, you attempt to dislodge the obstruction, allowing the person to breathe again. Let's delve into a real-life example. A few years ago in a bustling restaurant, a diner noticed a stranger at a nearby table choking on his food. Without missing a beat, the diner rushed over, performed the Heimlich maneuver. In less than a minute, the choking stranger was breathing again, saved by a complete stranger. The Heimlich maneuver underscores the power of knowledge. Learn the Heimlich maneuver, you could be the hero in someone's life story. Buckle up, seatbelts save over 15,000 lives each year in the US alone. That's a fact that shouldn't be taken lightly. Now consider this. What's the first thing you do when you get into a car? If your answer is anything other than fasten my seatbelt, then we need to talk. The importance of wearing seatbelts cannot be overstated. They're not just a piece of fabric that uncomfortably tugs at your body. No, they are lifesavers, literally. You see, when you're in a moving vehicle, you become a part of its motion. When the vehicle stops abruptly, your body wants to continue moving at the same speed and direction. That's basic physics. But here's where the seatbelt comes in. It provides the necessary restraint that keeps you from being thrown forward, potentially through the windshield. Let's illuminate this with a story. Picture a family of 4, out on a road trip. Suddenly, a truck swerves into their lane, causing a horrific crash. The car is a wreck, but miraculously, the family walks away with minor scratches. Guess what saved them? Yes, their seatbelts. In the blink of an eye, their lives could have been tragically altered. But thanks to the seatbelts, they were held securely in their seats, reducing the risk of severe injury or even death. It's not just a story, it's a testament to the life-saving power of seatbelts. Unfortunately, not everyone is as lucky or as wise. Every day people lose their lives in car crashes because they were not wearing their seatbelts. It's a heartbreaking reality that could be prevented by such a simple action. So the next time you get into a car, whether as a driver or a passenger, make sure you buckle up. It's not just about avoiding a ticket from the traffic police. It's about your life. and the lives of those around you. Always wear your seatbelt. It's a simple action that could save your life. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation or CPR can double or triple a cardiac arrest victim's chance of survival. Quite a staggering fact, isn't it? But it's true. When someone's heart stops beating, every second counts. And that's where CPR comes in. Knowing how to perform CPR can make the difference between life and death. It's a skill that keeps the blood flowing, delivering vital oxygen to the brain and other organs until professional help arrives. It's like being a human life support machine, and the best part, anyone can learn to do it. Now let's share a story that illustrates the power of this life-saving skill. Picture this, a busy city street, people going about their day when suddenly, a man collapses. He's having a cardiac arrest. Panic ensues, but amidst the chaos, a bystander steps forward. They'd learned CPR in a community class, never expecting to use it. But here they were, in the right place, at the right time. They kneel next to the man, placing their hands in the center of his chest. They start compressions hard and fast, keeping time with a song they'd learned in their class, Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. A crowd gathers, a call is made to emergency services, but those crucial first minutes are covered, thanks to a bystander with the knowledge and courage to act. The ambulance arrives, the man is rushed to the hospital, and against all odds, he survives. All because someone knew CPR. It's not an overstatement to say that CPR saved his life. And just like our bystander, you too could be that lifesaver. Learning CPR might seem daunting, but it's simpler than you might think. Courses are available in most communities and even online. You don't need to be a medical professional to learn the basics and potentially save a life. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about taking action when it counts. So, take the time to learn CPR. You never know when you might need to use it to save a life. Facts are not only fascinating but can also save lives. And we've just covered 50 of them. We've explored the surprising truth about sharks, and how understanding their behavior might keep us safe. We've examined the silent killer, carbon monoxide, and how to protect ourselves. We've learned the life-saving rule of 3, and how it can be a guide in survival situations. We've also delved into the hidden dangers of button batteries, the power of sunscreen, the importance of hydration, the life-saving maneuver for choking, the power of seatbelts, and the life-saving power of CPR. All of these facts are not simply trivia, they're potential lifesavers. They're tools in our arsenal to navigate the world safely and help others do the same. Knowledge is power, and sharing it could make a difference. Spread the knowledge, share this video with others. You never know, one of these facts might just save a life.